That brings me to a question. I don't mean to cut you off here, but in that right there,
Yes.
what you folks do, you're not just abroad in Thailand and all these other areas, something here in Midland too, right?
Oh, yes.
You guys, tell us about that a little bit.
Well, in the Great Lakes Bay region, we have 6 nonprofit organizations that we raise awareness for.
Grounds for a Better World is
Grounds-
involved in that.
Correct. That's the whole reason we exist.
Beautiful.
We're not employees of, and
Okay.
so all of the profits for Grounds goes to, we're a for-profit coffee shop that gives all of the profits, after-tax profits, to a foundation called Grounds for a Better World Giving Fund.
Which are involved in these people here in
And
Midland.
Grounds for a Better World Giving Fund then supports our 6 Great Lakes Bay region nonprofits and 5 global organizations. The 6 here in this region are Cancer Services, Open Door, Shelter House, The Rock, Just for Kids Foundation, and the Dow Bay Area Family Y. And these are all of these are absolutely incredible organizations that do enormous good and match with the reason we started the coffee shops. They reach out to people in their own unique way, and the reason they exist, to meet the needs of people who really do have a tough go of it, who extremely tough circumstances. And all of these organizations do an incredible job with their missions. That's why we support them.
How's that affected you guys, being husband and wife, first-time business owners? You know what I mean? Being involved in this. What has happened since then? I mean, really, I mean, how's it touched you personally? I know your passions for it, you know what I'm saying? I understand that. I mean, like when I started doing State of Faith News, I thought, oh, I'll just do stories on people and you know, blah, 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 and get them involved. But what happened is when I really got my hands dirty and really got involved in it, wow, what awakening it was. It was so much bigger than that, doing stories about people.
One thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Up front.
How did that impact you guys?
This has to, I really have to say this because it is the absolute truth, and it's so critical that it would have been absolutely impossible for us to start, let alone still be in business, were it not for, first of all, the incredible grace of God, but then the amazing number of people in this community who reached out to us and helped us in countless ways. I mean, through mentoring us, through volunteering.
We did not know how to start a small business.
Through helping us run businesses. I mean, we had people actually put their jobs on the side to help us with starting this whole thing.
That's awesome.
I can't tell you how many people who selflessly gave of their time, talents, or treasures in order to help us. And of course, they also, in what they did, saved a lot of money, which ended up being able to be given to.
I think you were telling me it was 300,000 that was raised in the last 3 years.
We just have crossed 450,000 in the last. We didn't. I mean, the foundation, people, the people buying the coffee, the people coming through our shops, the people giving straight to the foundation, and not just from Midland, by the way. There's obviously our customers are all here, but all around the country we have people who are donating to the Grounds for a Better World Giving Fund, and through the generosity of our customers and what they do by just buying products, and through what we're able to do from Grounds as a result of that.
That's beautiful.
And then all of these people, many in Midland and all across the country, it's extraordinarily humbling to know that in spite of us, that there has been $450,000 that has been given to the Giving Fund, of which $350,000 has been distributed so far. And so, you know, there's $100,000 that we'll keep distributing.
Sure. Now, we did a story about you guys in a magazine about Dakota.
Yes.
And I believe he's from Faith Village, correct? In Thailand? And you've been there like 11 times?
Next, when I go in November, that will be my 11th time. My 5th this year.
I'm starting to feel the calling to go to Thailand with you. So I'll give you my number.
I think we have a picture of Dakota, and I'll share you.
We're going to have them upload some photos for us.
Okay.
And then you guys can tell us about what we're seeing.
Sure.
And these are all from, well, he came to Midland too.
Yes.
And now he's...
Dakota was 7 years old when he was...
oh, here they are.
That's Dakota.
This is Dakota?
That's him at, what, 25?
But you met him at 5.
4.
At 5 years old.
No, I did not meet him at 5. He was found
in the army or something.
in the Burmese army at the age of 7.
Oh,
conscripted in the army, working for opium drug lords.
Carrying a rifle at the age of 7.
Machine gun.
Trained to kill.
And then they found him.
they found him and brought him into the orphanage. So he was one of the first boys
Beautiful.
that came into the orphanage.
Actually, 5 boys in the same situation came at the same time.
And
Those who started the orphanage made a deal with the general in the army and got these kids out.
When he was working for the for opium drug lords, did he, being at such a young age, did he feel like, oh, this just must be normal, or I mean,
did he know that he needed to get out?
No, he was scared. I think for those who saw the opening video, he gave his story. And so, yeah, it was scary for him, and obviously the other boys as well. It's a very tough environment to be in.
So now he's, let's tell us, Jill, what happened to him
Well,
in a nutshell. Here.
yeah, in a nutshell, over the years, he was mentored, discipled, loves the Lord. He speaks fluent English. He actually is an ordained pastor now.
He came to Midland too, right?
He came to Midland.
Beautiful.
And actually wanted to improve upon his English skills, so he attended Dow High here in Midland
For a year.
Awesome.
for a year, and lived with a
So
family.
there's some good
that's-
results right there.
And he was
That's
just
a good
married in
testimony.
August to a
Okay.
wonderful young woman. And,
So you have a coffee shop at the Dow too, don't you? You have
Dow
one in
Chemical,
there?
yep.
Yeah.
Just throw that in there, okay.
Yeah.
All right, now,
he has a blessed life. He's doing good.
you're doing
He
And
good.
went from a
involved
tragic
actively.
situation to a blessed situation because of the help of these organizations that go out.
this
Now,
is
who's
JJ.
JJ?
JJ.
JJ.
He's the pistol.
He's one of the
Good.
youngest
He's one of the
children.
youngest, and he's one of the staff members' children. His dad came and stayed with us 3 years ago and did Spring Hill Camps, day camps here in Midland.
Wow.
And he and 2 others. Dakota came also, did the same thing, and one other one, Sing Jai. But that's Joseph's son. Yeah.
Okay, so then everything that you guys do here has made pretty a good impact. Coffee grounds, or coffee. I knew I was going to do that. I just knew it. I wasn't going to escape it. Grounds for a Better World. Now, who is this?
These are wonderful young guys that I got to meet 2 years ago. I spent 17 days, 8 days over in the Middle East, 8 days in Jordan, 8 days in Syria, and it's just tragic, obviously, what's happening in Syria right now. And then 1 day in Lebanon. And these young boys were right outside of a little mini shoe factory where the glue would knock you out. But they were the neatest young guys. I mean, they had tons of area. Of course, when you start taking pictures, they love it. But these guys come from very, very, very tough circumstances. If you'd see the streets, if you could see them, I mean, they're all cobbled and broken up and whatever. But the organization that we support over there in the Middle East, called QuestScope,
Okay.
educates 13 to 18-year-old boys and girls, has worked out a deal with the government where they get their education. They work all day because they can't afford, they have to have jobs. And then at night, they go to school. And you ought to see these kids. And the passion they have for learning and to improve their lives is amazing.
Well, we have 5 minutes left.
Okay.
What is this? This is Jill, obviously.
Yeah, so
Was
now-
this
Wearing the same outfit.
Was you overseas too? Did you
yes,
I wear this
You
every
just
day.
took
Yeah.
this
bunch of
picture a
times.
few
We've
minutes
been
ago.
as a family,
Yeah.
and she went with me earlier this year too. We went together.
I'll give you my phone number after the
These
show.
are our 6. One of our kids is not there, Chuchart.
Okay.
But these are 5 of our 6 kids that have been a huge part of our life. Oi, Poi, Nook, On, Nit, and then Chuchart. This is
Okay.
Nit, Oi. This is Nook, and On and Poi. Yep.
How has this impacted in your store, in the coffee shop itself?
Okay,
What is the
now
environment
this
there?
picture here is a picture of some of my employees.
Okay.
The employees are excited to work for an organization that gives back,
Sure.
and that they have a purpose other than making coffee every day. It gives them a sense of fulfillment. So this is a picture. One evening, a bunch of us went down to the Open Door, which is one of our partners in Midland here, which is a homeless shelter for men, and we prepared dinner for them. And so we try to get our employees involved in some of our mission organizations. Hopefully someday in the future they'll be able to travel overseas and see some of these other ministries firsthand. And this is just a couple of the employees.
Okay.
But then
to travel.
we try to get the employees more involved. Like this month, we're all wearing purple ribbons to support Shelter House, to raise awareness for abuse and violence. So we try to engage the employees in that, and also the customers. If you walk into our coffee shops, you'll see some of these photos on a flat screen TV.
And DVDs.
Yeah, I was
and
just about to ask
materials.
if your customers are aware how active you guys are.
So I was going to say, you really are you have a big influence here in
Many
Midland.
are, but we don't push it on people. Our approach is more passive, and we feel that's the right thing to do. We don't want to. If people
Pressure.
want to know, they ask, and
Yeah.
then we're able to tell.
Well, you have a
This-
website that they can go to, right? Or
Yes.
to your website.
SoundsForBetterWorld.com.
And then
okay?
you can find out about the different agencies and click on, and there's information about
So
giving.
if they want to get involved, like,
Absolutely.
I'm a Christian, I'm committed to
I
the
wanna do
Lord,
a little
but I
more.
want to do something, I
Yeah.
don't know what.
Well, you
They can
certainly
go to our
don't need
web.
to be a Christian either. I mean, to be truthful, many of other people that are very
They
supportive.
just want to help.
They just want to help. They believe in the mission. They believe in helping the least of these and people who have a tougher go of it. This little girl right here is really reached out to and served by one of our partner organizations called South African Medical Expeditions. They serve, they reach out to AIDS orphans in the rural regions just north of Johannesburg in South Africa. And it's incredible the work they do with those kids over there where there's so little hope. They bring hope.
Well, I tell you
Yeah.
what, it's a pleasure having you guys here. I had no idea how big it was, and I'm so glad that we have an opportunity to do a story with you in the magazine, and they can pick up and read more about you guys in there. I
And
think
hopefully get involved.
yeah, that'd be wonderful as well. And you know what? We could do probably another show with you guys. What's real quick here? What's going on? What's coming with Grounds for a Better World? What do you guys got going in the future? Anything? I mean,
Well, my trip to Detroit today.
our
just-
trip to Thailand's coming. I'm trying.
You're welcome.
But our trip to Detroit, my trip
Okay.
to Detroit today was really part of what's very much aligned with what we're doing. The next big thing for us is addressing the huge global issue of the lack of safe, clean water, which 2.5 million kids alone die every year, one every 16 seconds, as a result of the not having access to clean, safe drinking water. So that's in a major extension of what we're going to start doing now, and that's in India and Africa initially, but hopefully in other parts of the world from there.
That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful.
One of the things I would love to see in our coffee shops that hopefully in the near future you'll see is the engagement of customers. I have one customer right now that does want to go to Thailand with us, but just getting to a deeper level, sharing more about what's happening in the lives of the kids that we've donated to engage hearts and
beautiful.
hopefully get them more involved.
So there's another story in the making.
Yes.
I hope
One
so.
last thing I
Yes.
have to say again that I
30
just
seconds.
okay. This is absolutely not about us. This is about the mission. This is about all these kids and these wonderful organizations that do so much to reach out and help all of these kids and families. And I just would never want to leave the impression that we think we really how it's really the grace of God and the so many
absolutely.
people that have made this able to happen.
All right. Well, we're out of time.
Thank you very
so
much.
much,
for
David.
coming.
Yeah, really
Jill,
appreciate
thank you
it.
so much.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming
Thanks.
on the show.
Thanks.
Hey, stay tuned for the next State of Faith news. God bless you. Remember, walk by faith, not by sight.